Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are off to go see Melly in Vancouver. However, before we do that, I have to clock a day at work, and I have to introduce you to the new crazy thing in my life. Alright, I finished my day at work, and we're leaving Honey with Toby for 24 hours while I'm in Vancouver. So, Honey, you're gonna have fun.
So excited, so many sticks to chase. You're gonna love it.
So, yeah. So, why am I leaving Honey behind? Well, it might have something to do with the cover image of this video. I got myself a bike. Now, I'm not a man who survives long without a set of wheels, 2 wheels exactly. I love transportation, I love moving around, I just love driving and I love riding. And I was looking for a bike that was like something different, something I hadn't done before. I was kind of keen on the sport bike idea, and I was really looking at the CBR 125s because they could do highway speeds, but they're tiny, really light. I could feasibly fit them into a dinghy and drag them onto the boat. This is not a CBR 125, and it's not really the bike I was looking for. It is badass. This is a 1987 CBR 600R Hurricane. And for those of you older folks watching the video, remember the Hurricane from 1987, you'll remember it as being a lot more plastic than this, and that's because it was going through restoration. The fairings and the gas tank were inside the house. The bike and the rest of it was all in the shed, in pieces, and then the house burnt down. And so that was 2 owners ago. And the guys just gave up on the project, sold it off. Another guy bought it up, cut down the back, put kind of a cafe, kind of cleaned up the back end, if you can see here. A little bit smaller than your regular CBR 80s big clunky kind of sport bike. It's still got that tubular frame, which is cool. It's got the liquid cooled 4-cylinder 600cc 12,000 RPM screamer of a 1980s motor. But most notably is this fairing up front, and this is what really caught my eye. The owner just before me did this with, as you can see, a hammer and a rivet gun, and just made himself an aluminum hard fairing. And I was like, that is straight out of Mad Max, and that is cool. So I think I'm going to continue on that look and really finish the Mad Max vibe, strip off any last bits of plastic, go full crazy on it. But for the time being, let's just go for a ride and let's go to Vancouver. And this bike is something else, guys. Last minute, I was the last person on the boat, so they put me down in oversized, which is weird. I've never done that before. Ferry's pretty nice when you're on foot, but it's amazing when you're on a motorbike. It's just a chance to like stretch, work out kinks, relax, get some sunshine, and next thing you know, you'll be back on some highway just screaming that bike again. I love this thing. Alright, so as I've mentioned, this is my first sport bike. The first bike I had was an 84 Yamaha XS400, and because it was air-cooled and just didn't have any power, I don't really call that a sport bike. It's got some fairing, yeah, but it's not quite there. I think it's more of a standard bike. And then we had the Super Sherpa, was a dual sport, and we had Big Black Betty, which was a V-Star 1100 with the sidecar. That's a cruiser. So, first sport bike. And it's the last one in the 4 pillars of motorbiking for me to try. And for those of you who've ridden sport bikes before, just forgive me when this thing is nuts. Okay, this bike is older than I am, and in all those years, you'd think it would have lost a little bit of its power. I've never had a sport bike. I don't really understand the premise, but from 0 to 4,000, you're cruising around. From 4,000 to 8,000 RPM, it's a pretty serious bike. But from 8,000 to 12,000, I've never felt anything like that. It's terrifying. It'll take a lot of getting used to, but it's exciting. Very exciting. Alright, made it over here to Melly's, and check it out. There's 1, 2, 3 motorbikes lined up because Melly's mom's here and they both have their Sportsters, and we're gonna go on a little rip together. And fun tour of Deep Cove here in Vancouver. Chance to really stretch our legs and try out the bike.
Wir haben einfach mitgemacht, weißt du, es ist doch so mit. Aber die
My first bike was 1983 Kawasaki KZ550.
So,
It was tomato red and cute.
well, this one's reddish.
You know, yeah, it might be the same type of red. Like that's a 1983 tomato red. It's a 1987?
87.
87 tomato red. So.
But instead of an air-cooled 550, it's a liquid-cooled, high-revving 600.
Gotcha. Oh my god! Alright, let's see. I love this thing.
Alright.
I really love it. I feel super sexy on it. The bird poo on the Harley
Das ist auch schon wieder
Davidson.
sauber machen.
Yeah, we're gonna wipe that off.
Ah, ich muss ja, ist doch noch an.
Rinse it off, yeah, you gotta rinse it off.
When you sit on it,
You feel
You're-
hot.
no, but
Yeah.
but you feel like you're getting down to business though. The point is like I'm engaged with the art of motorcycle
Yeah,
riding.
really like-
You're in over top of it
On
and
the
you're controlling it.
Harley, none of this is touching the motorcycle. And
Yeah.
on this thing, I'm like, I'm straddling the bike. I love it.
You're riding Big Spoon on an engine.
For sure.
Oh my god. I think I told you. She's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, well, I have this like meeting, this place.
Good morning, we're back on the ferry, and the reason I came to Vancouver in the first place is to pick up my sister, and she's here, check it out. So for the next 2 weeks, Sam will be joining me on the boat, and you got to ride the motorcycle on the way here. Foot pegs weren't a thing, didn't get those, didn't get a jacket. You had a
I mean,
helmet.
I was fine with this. It was hot today, so
Yeah.
it's fine. It was jean, so it's still cool.
Didn't drive too fast, or didn't terrify you.
No, it wasn't that bad.
What do you think of the bike?
It's smaller than I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, it's lower.
Spoken like a tall
Bigger.
person.
Yeah, well,
Like
also you make
like
it.
an orangutan.
You
with
make it look small too.
glasses.
Yeah.
All right.
It's cool though. It's cool. It's quick.
Melly was very smitten with it last night. She basically, I don't think she wanted to trade the Harley for it, but she really likes that bike, so. I like the Harley too, so.
Little pliers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we made it back out to the boat. Stinking hot today, and we got a bit of a breeze. I've done a little bit of the filler here now that the sanding is pretty much done on this side. Doing some of this filler. Actually, we had a stress crack show up after I sanded, which is really odd. And I think it has to do with the amount of epoxy that's in some sections and not in others now that it's sanded. Anyway, so I backfilled it. We're gonna sand it down and varnish it and then hope it doesn't crack again. That's pretty much where I'm at.
Yeah. It probably won't.
Sam, this is your first time. You're the first family member who's come out here and looked at the boat. What do you think?
It's big.
First time, is it?
I know. I was
So
like,
far
how
she
can
said
you get in?
Honey is smaller than she thought,
Honey's
and my
tiny.
motorcycle is smaller than she thought,
Look at her. I
but the
can't
boat
lift
is
her up.
bigger.
She's so easy to pick up, whereas
I don't-
Champ was like so heavy.
And she hates it just as much as Champ does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. She's so much lighter and like she's a bit shorter and she's kind of got these scrawny legs, but
I've already
Nice.
trained her to just be like, yep, I'm being picked up now. It's okay. You just wait, honey, until we get you in the backpack and pull you behind the motorbike. Then you'll be
she's gonna be
really
upset.
loving it. No, I think she's gonna love the riding. I don't think she's gonna love the backpack. I think
Yeah,
she's
she
gonna
loves the
love
wind.
ride.
She loves sniffing things.
Yeah, she'll be down.
obviously.
All right, so I'm taking some style inputs from my sister because this is my baby sister, but she's also the most mature of the family, and she's got it all figured out.
Maybe. I don't, but yeah, sure.
You've totally got it figured out. And there's a lot of like just basic things that I don't think about, and it's nice to have her here to like completely lock my life down. Be like, you need to do this now, Simon. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, you need a table.
I need a table. That's what we've decided. So we're gonna get cracking on sourcing the wood for a table, and we're gonna make a design. And in the meantime, we're gonna do a little sanding and listen to some podcasts and catch up. It'd be really nice to have family out here for the first time.
Yeah.
You think Mom's gonna come out next?
I think if it's done more, she'll come. Because she said that. She's like, yeah, Simon said I could just come. Whatever, I didn't expect that. And I was like, I don't know if he meant it. But no.
We'll get a
she's
shower.
probably going to watch this and she's going to be like, oh, shit.
We'll get a shower going, and then Mom will
Yeah,
come
let's
out.
get the shower and like, you need a sink.
Like
You
a
get
real
sink.
sink. Let's do that right now. Let's get the sink in.
Do you have a sink or
Yeah, it's right there. Let's get it in.
just put it in.
Let's do it. Let's let my pussyfoot in the sink around.
does a lot of really cool flies.
Hey cuties. How you guys doing? Somebody smells like a million farts over here.
Someone just laid a fart.
I'm gonna guess it's you there, Honor.
Okay.
They don't know you yet. Yeah. So this is Kiana. She's the chubby one, although she's lost a lot of weight. And here's Honor. She's got a little Arabian in her, and can be a little handful. But don't worry, we still love you. So, horses have been doing pretty good. Honor's coat is shiny and lustrous as always. Although she is still a handful, aren't you? You're just gonna push me, aren't you? No, we're not going in there. We're not. We're going for a walk. This is a daily struggle. Too many women in my life, including these two. Come on. Come on.
Oh, you smell them in my pocket.
We're not going.
Can't have them. Come on.
Going for a walk. That's what we're doing.
I'll clean all this fur first.
Alright, we're back here on the boat. Still having a cracking and bowing issue with this board. It's gotten even worse in the time we've been gone. So, I'm gonna do a little quick Google research and see if I can't find any information. I'll seep some epoxy into it, screw it from the underside and put a bunch of weights on it, and then sand it and stain it before it can crack again. I don't know. Leave your suggestions in the comments, and Sam and I will get right to it. Right, Sam?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Sam will fix everything. She'll make it all better.
Yeah, easily in 2 weeks I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Whole boat's gonna be done.
Whole boat. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching.